use your laptop to talk. Only you use the earphone.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It's better lah, but still same.
Let me write up your first bring it to IEM what is the problems. See my that's good. Let's see. Okay, let me give you a second assignment.
So are you talking?
Now I'm free. You can hear me.
Still good. Maybe you can use your phone. You use your phone to talk, not laptop. Maybe show us the words or something.
Okay.
I think your mic is masalah lah.
You cannot hear anything.
I can hear, but not clear.
Okay. Let me go back to this one because my is my phone. When I record it. Okay, I'll send you a new assignment for your progress test. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to send you another segment now. to make up for single stress. I also started the recording, so in case some of you can hear me now, you can listen to the recording. Okay. So I just send you the assignment to. Okay, this is second assignment. Okay, so you can refer to my YouTube video to get answers to this assignment. And I also ask you to find an example about this topic. Why vesicle goes down in Kuching? And why vesicle goes down in Kuching? You do not mind. It is back in Kuching now. So if you go in, there's a vesicle, but actually it goes down, and then later it was brought by Hitachi, and then now vesicle brought the whole Hitachi disciplinary section. So that's why it's a little bit. So explain the impact of the wrong management that caused the factory goes down. Note that the paper factory Samina, which is a much larger company actually, Samina has over 100 factories worldwide, including one of the factory. So, but it also goes down with the same issues and same issue. I tell you that just a second. I'll try to so it's something we can catch now. It's very like this, and the YouTubes, and I just love my YouTube. So maybe you can hear me now. This is my YouTube. Okay. So my assignment is about facilitator. Okay. So summarize why facilitator 2009 is background teaching. We explain the impact of the wrong management across the river goes down. Not that the neighbor practice something also goes down with the same issue. Has been a lot of journalists to practice in fact in Sarawak. Okay. I mean, it's not just the impact of, all these people buy cars and houses, around 500 people, and they cannot pay job anymore. As you got each person in one car, and very likely a house also, which they cannot pay after that. So, and then every day to 100 people, I mean, so they all go to the coffee shop nearby to have their lunch. All those coffee shops have no business. Okay, I mean, at least not from the people. So blue factories is a huge, very significant again, because there were only Samina, in terms of big factories, there are small factories, except I was one of the Japanese factory, Untitled with that, and one more, but that one more has changed name already. Okay, so so there are only 5 big factories. Out of 5, 2 goes down. So it's not just the impact of the losses to the banks, because the people not pay their houses and cars. It's loss of recognition of Sarawak, because 2 giant factories have moved out there, so the rest of the factories don't come. Okay. So, and actually no one came after that. Of course, Loki came due to a lot of government position, but pretty much the rest of the build-up in Samajaya just Loki. Okay, no other factories came after that. So you see the impact. The impact is not just the losses to the business; it's losses to the reputation of the state as a state able to high-tech products. Okay. So now we are stuck with the only option for you guys is blue power. And going biofuel, which is definitely will be big and building more dams. And I know for the first assignment, once you put dams, you don't need to advertise. People just the money and go, because clean energy is very attractive to big business. Not that the big businesses are themselves very looking at how the pollution can impact the world. They cannot get work if they don't discriminate. So they're forced by the biggest bank, like World Bank and all that, to get clean energy options. And if Sarawak can provide clean energy options, they'll just come to advertise. Okay. So 2 food factories and very famous factories, Western Data is the world number 1 in Hadis, and Samina is one of the biggest multi-layer circuit board maker in the world. What goes down is bad for reputation as ability to compete. You see, when I first joined Western Data, we were trained for 2 months in the US and for 4 months in Penang. People believe Sarawak can do high-tech. People were telling us that the engineers there, they tend to look down on Sarawak, and you should get to high-tech. Penang was always the high-tech center of Malaysia. So they were asking, are you sure you can do high-tech? There's a question in 1995 when I was in training there. And the factory closing down, and the factory closed down. Western Data closed down. So Little closed down due to bad management. So it looks bad luck. So now their peers are not from I told you, cannot do high-tech. Okay. So they were begging us a lot, even identify that like them. And this closing down is kind of okay. So you have to study this, the other assignment, this is second assignment to get progress one, not progress test one and progress test two. Okay. Of course, the US people didn't have any maybe we are Malaysians, but so the US. But the engineers they were training us were very helpful. Because somehow in West Malaysia, the image of Sarawak is, kampung. So they thought that we can actually go back. Okay. So this be just refer to my last YouTube's the problems that I talked about. Okay. The basic idea is the ego of the engineers cost actually goes down. Okay. Once slave-like mentality, among the engineers. I can cross a slave. That would cause a hypertrophy. Because you simply cannot be free with this slaves. That the way to get people because hypertrophy. Is on the Dutch operation. Others, they can go to several times, chemicals and most of the time, and actually that really didn't have a ability to run that chemical tank. He can see it once there was time inside the and so that is one way it depends on the Dutch. Another way is like in expert, I told you already, just put it there. So, whole country is down. Okay. Just one way to go out for lunch. With the gain of salt, destroy one of the tanks, chemical tank, and the whole country production is problem cannot be used. Okay. So that's why the basic idea of this question is to show that when you go from ancient time, being like the robots, they used to do everything, and then towards now, when you're in high-tech factory, you really need to behave differently because so your first question, your first assignment was about Sarawak grid, and I spent many classes on that. The second assignment is about the factory management. Okay, see. Okay, and the rules, now let's start with the rules. Ignoring to read the laws now, but that really is. I have to give you guys rules. I actually give you one assignment. That's a big topic about this subject. The main rules. So even the BEM and IEM, the engineering minister is the main body, the government body, and then they are engineers in Malaysia. And so even if I are in the engineering minister, so the main they do give IR in electronic also, but of course all of you are in power, so you don't power. So IR in power, IR in civil, IR in capital. This tree is very useful. Electronic one cannot be used. How to use it? The electronic IR and of course there are other tools also, but all related to electrical. Not to use it. Therefore, electronic backend need to be certified by IR electronic. And we don't design much in Malaysia, so there's no real need for IR in electronic. So IR electrical very very useful. So I tell you how for me, you have to write. Here I have, you need this too. Okay. So past year experience, okay, and one project. Okay. So one project in electrical, you don't confuse like you see a lot of people most probably in factories. Factories are not really electrical. Most factories are electrical, mechanical, and chemical. And study electrical, mechanical, factory, you have to combine all three. Electrical, mechanical, and chemical is the most common for factories. Okay, you need to know all three. Okay. But when you write the book, you don't confuse your examiner by putting chemical, not putting mechanical inside it. Okay? And don't put electronics also. Okay? You put only power. Even though your job is actually all three or all four. Electrical, mechanical, chemical, and electronics. Most likely you based on for the factory. But what you write in your report is not in the website. So what I did is I was just one machine, one floor machine, machine. I just wrote about the power side of the machine. Okay? Electrical power side of the machine. That machine had it had mechanical, it had electrical, it had electronics, a lot, microcontrollers, and chemical, there more chemicals coming into that machine. But is only the normal time. Just so you don't confuse your examiners. If you get 2.4, they will be okay, you apply for electrical, electronic, chemical, mechanical, what I am trying to get. Then you don't confuse the examiners. Okay? So if you are electrical, you just put the electrical portion of the machine, you have the rest. But you have to the rest. Okay? Get it out. So past year's experience, you see my book. This is my book. And luckily, a US lecturer told me when you start working, you must write a lot. So as soon as I came back from the US, I got it. 1993. Okay? So you see the paper is all yeah. So say 94. I was entering 1994. Okay. So whatever I did when I first started, I wrote down. Okay. I think it's like some software. Software. Basically, you must write anything that you want to do. You write down in this book. Okay. These are all my sister work. So it was lucky I wrote this book following my lecturer in the US. So he told me you must write a lot, so I followed him. And that made it easy for me to do this. Okay? That made it easy for me to do this first year experience. Okay? But I just couldn't imagine trying to recall what we did over the last many years. It's very difficult. Okay? So it was very lucky that I managed. I wrote a book so I can finish my logbook very quickly. Okay? So let's go through the rules. So now for the exam, when you apply for IR, last time you must work in the field for 5 years. When I took my IR, then only you can apply for IR. Now I heard they reduce it to 3 years if you line up IR. Okay, so you work for 3 years and then you can apply for IR. Okay. When you apply for IR, 6 months before your exam, they will assign one guy to be your examiner. So you can apply directly to BEM, which is a government. Then you apply to IEM. Okay? You can apply directly to BEM or to IEM. Okay? What's the difference? IEM in Malay, if you go right to IEM. If you go via IEM, it's in English. Okay? So what's the difference between IEM and BEM? IEM is a private body. It was the organization taking care of engineers during the British time. Okay? So when the British left, the commission government set up BEM. So BEM is official one now. So IEM still exists, mainly to do things like this. In English, in English. Other thing is they try to be a knowledge source center. That means they give knowledge to the country. Okay, especially engineering knowledge now. Okay, so there are two functions now. One is to help you get your IR in English. Second is they give knowledge to the country. Okay. There are some people who take the chartered engineer. Okay. Some people take chartered engineer, which is the implement. That is the implement. Yeah. But if he does not recognize the position, so what you're going to get, I don't know. Okay, to be a professional engineer practicing in Malaysia, you must have the IR. Okay. So a lot of people take the implement one, right? Because it's not much, but it can be utilized in Malaysia. Maybe gas, possibly. I'm not too sure. The oil and gas are for international rules, so charter engineer can be used. But within Malaysia, the charter IR, the professional engineer must be IR, away from BEM. Okay. Okay. So these are the so you know the different level. The only one question for exam. What's the difference between IEM and BEM? Okay. Okay. You want to be clear about the difference. So IEM is a private body. Okay. It can apply donation from the engineers in Malaysia. Okay. And BEM is a government body that gives you the IR. Okay. So once you graduate from UCS, you must immediately apply to BEM to be to be a what do you call it, graduate engineer. That is all. I think what is graduate engineer. Because you are legally not an engineer until BEM says so. Okay. UCS will give you a degree, but the degree is in electrical engineering, but you are not a legal engineer until BEM gives you a letter that you are a legal engineer. Let me show you the letter. Okay, but basically it is just a letter from EM, okay, not any BD certificate. It's a letter saying that you are good as an electrical engineer. like BEM. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the final IEM cert is, BEM cert, I got you IEM cert as well. So this is the IEM cert. This was something like that with application that you got this one. Right. That's what it is. Okay. So that's the IEM. Yeah. This is the answer. Professional engineer practices. Okay. So a lot of engineers are professional engineers, okay, but they cannot produce. Their job is different. Like my job is brown. Their job is flying color. So there are a lot. Okay. So there are not many good practices. So. Okay. So that's the BEM stuff. Okay, so this is the BEM rules. Okay. So the BEM is actually a law. Okay. So basically, you know how the government works. I think it's a British system that we are doing. You make a law, and you make a department in charge of that law. Okay. So there's a law for engineers, and department in charge of that law is BEM. Okay. So there's a law for radiation, radiation. Things that you can radiation. Okay. So the department that take care of it is Lembaga Pelaksana Tenaga Atom. Okay. So I see the people inside there. I'm dealing with them. I'm radiation professional officer. I see the people inside there. They are everything they say is by the law. The law of radiation, the basic law of radiation. Okay. So simply, there is a fire law of electricity, which is different from Semanjang's law of electricity. Yes, I have two laws different from the law. Our electrical law and our electrical law. Okay? So, that's why it's a big confusing for West Malaysian people because, and for one thing, West Malaysia, I just talk about West Malaysia, right? she keeps saying, Sabah, begini, Sabah, begini. Sarawak, Sabah. Oh, okay. That is about the EIU. The whole Malaysia plus Sabah use the electrical law of Sumatera. And the Sarawak electrical law is different. We have two laws in our Malaysia. Our electrical law and our labor law. Okay? So, because our electrical law is different, there are different departments in Sarawak taking care of that law. And so this law is, this Board of Engineer law is common to all Malaysia. Yeah. Okay. So let's read some of the laws. The Federal Area Purchasing Certificate is not to falsify or smoothify qualification. That means not cheat on qualification. Okay? Which happens very bit. They tend to buy themselves. Okay? I've seen it. Okay? So that is called falsifying qualifications. And then some England degrees, imagine people spend time of money to go to England to study engineering, and they come back, they can't get an IR. Because England IR degree in 3 years. Okay? So BEM, they don't recognize all of England degrees. Okay? So all of England 3 years. So those people, I know one friend, a classmate actually, sent his son to England. Like, you know, get a certain place because the England fees is like crazy. And behind and you come back and you can't get out. And I have the advantages. I mean, for me, I'm still the advantage now. I'm 57. But I'm going to retire soon, so it's advantage for me. Okay, but it was not advantage here because I did a consultant company, so I did university when I was in now I finally use less of myself. Okay, even financially. Okay. So registered professional engineer should not for 5 years. Okay.
Okay. So racial professional engineer with practicing cert, not to falsify qualification. A racial professional engineer with practicing cert shall not falsify his qualification. Okay, it's just the same thing. Okay. So racial 112 professional with practicing cert shall check with due diligence the accuracy of facts and data before he signs or endorses any statement of claims. He shall not sign on such documents unless, where necessary, he has made qualifications on errors and inaccuracies. Okay. Racial professional engineer apprenticeship search shall respond within reasonable time to communication from the board or any other relevant authority on matters pertaining to professional service. Okay. A racial professional engineer with practicing cert shall undertake assignment only if he is qualified by the education and experience in a specific technical field of that assignment in which he is involved. Okay, so if you are in electronic, you cannot do power, okay. A racial professional engineer with practicing cert shall approve and sign only those engineering documents that he has prepared or has been prepared under his direct control. But I keep saying with professional cert, what do you mean by that? Let me get my chalk. Oh no, I don't need. Let me try to find my chalk. The final one, let me see. Wow. Okay. Damn. I don't find it. Let me look. Okay, so this is the job with practicing cert. You can see, right, with practicing cert. Okay, so there are ones who don't have the with practicing cert. Okay, if you don't have with practicing cert, your job is different. It's a triangle instead of circle. Okay, you can see with practicing cert somewhere there. You can read with practicing cert. Okay, so that's why this one is all talking about with practicing cert. Okay, so with practicing cert shall check, practicing cert shall respond within a reasonable time. Registered professional with practicing cert shall undertake assignment only if he is qualified by education. With practicing cert shall approve and sign that he has direct control. Okay, a registered professional with practicing cert shall not accept. Oh, you can't see this. Sorry. Okay, a registered professional engineer with shall not accept assignment and assume responsibility for coordination of an entire project and sign and stamp the engineering document for the entire project unless the engineering document for each technical segment of the project is assigned and stamped personally by the qualified person who is involved and in respective segment of the project. Okay, so unless you're involved, you can't sign. A registered professional engineer apprenticing cert shall be objective and truthful in making professional reports, statements, and testimonies. He shall include all relevant and pertinent information in such report, statement, and testimonies, which should bear the date indicating when the information was current. So in industry, you take voltage. Voltage is so much. It's useless without time and date. Okay, date and time. Okay. Any value for electrical, voltage, current, power factor is useless without a time and date. Okay. Because at different conditions, voltage will be totally different. A registered professional engineer with practicing cert shall not express publicly technical opinions that are not founded upon his competence and knowledge of the facts in the subject matter. Okay. A registered professional engineer with practicing cert shall not issue any statement, criticism, or argument on technical matters that are inspired or paid by interested parties. Okay, this one is very common among the solar people. Yeah, a lot of solar people, they go and promote solar in Sarawak when solar doesn't work in Sarawak. Okay. All evidence that solar so far haven't worked in Sarawak. So, but there are a lot of people pushing it probably due to interested parties. Okay. Interested parties pushing them to do solar. I mean, it's terribly expensive. Like the one I know in Barrio is 20 million and it is already failed. 20 million is a lot of money, you know. You can help a lot of people in good ways. Like, I mean, giving electricity using hydro, for example. I show you our hydro that we did yesterday. Let me see where I keep it. Oh. I haven't saved it yet, I think. Let me save it again. Oh, strange. That. I don't know how to do this. Okay, got it. Yes, so this is what we did yesterday. Okay. So that's why I strongly believe we should do hydro instead of solar. Solar doesn't work. It always fails within 2 years. And hydro, it never failed. Like what I done. 1981, 82, 83, something like that. Till now, still running perfectly. I know one guy who is exactly my age, and he said he worked in I for 21 years. Never even one time maintenance. They do maintenance, but never fail. Planned maintenance they do. I've seen them doing a planned maintenance, and the maintenance nothing to do, you know. You take a turbine, you know, it's basically water coming down and turn a turbine. On top of the turbine is a generator. So they take the turbine out. The turbine is huge, I mean, like a 3-story house. That's Batang Ai, it's not talking about Bakun. Batang Ai is very small, but the turbine is like, from what I recall, about a 3-story house, tall. Okay. So what they do is they just putty the holes in the fin, because the turbine is turning like that, right? So the fins, they just the propeller, they just putty the whatever holes, because the stone come and make a hole in the fins. Or sometimes they say air bubbles. The air bubbles come down and suddenly burst. I don't know how they say like that lah. I don't see how an air bubble can make a hole in a metal, but they say can, due to maybe the high pressure of the water. Okay. At least that's what Cisco people told me lah. Air bubbles and stones, mostly stones and air bubbles make tiny holes in the fins, so they need to putty it up. Okay. So that's all the maintenance, nothing else. Because there's no parts, like combustion engine, like your car, you got your piston going up and down, you got a camshaft, and the cams, so many parts in a combustion engine, right? Here and there they get spoiled, that's why your car spoiled here and there. But in a hydro, it's so simple. Water coming down, turn the propeller there, the turbine. On top of the turbine is a generator. That's it. There's no parts at all practically. The turbine will turn the generator. There's hardly any. There's no parts practically. Okay, so that's why hydro is just so simple. It hardly ever fails, lah. Okay, so the Batang Ai guy who's exactly my age told me he worked there 21 years and he never failed. This is something you can put in your assignment 1, right? That's okay. I can tell you his name also. His name is no mind. Forget about it. Lai. Okay, Lai. Not Lai. At least you can put his name in your report now. Dominic. Okay. This guy, in your report, you know how you reference it. You said it. Reference. In your reference, right? You put Prashobh said it. Okay, you can check out how to put a person say it in your reference. Okay, so Dr. Prashobh say this in your reference now. But this is the guy who worked in Batang Ai for 21 years. Okay, and he said it never failed. Fail means if working is suddenly stopped. It never happened. 21 years. Okay. Okay. This is for your assignment 1. He said it never failed in 21 years. Okay. How I remember his name, because I forgot his name, right? His uncle was my big boss. That means the big boss of the house school. I forgot his name also, but I know his name is Lai. Something Lai lah. Okay. Dato something lah. Okay. And this is his nephew. Okay. So he was a technician in Batang Ai. 21 years. Never fail. Fail means it's running and suddenly stop. Just like your car, suddenly stop in the middle of the road. And that is fail. Other stations always fail. Because I'm in the control room. I'll call Bintulu, can you start one more genset? Oh yeah, genset 5 and 6 down. Fail. And I call, all the different power stations I call, they keep telling me fail, this one fail, that one fail. Okay. But this one, 21 years, never fail. Okay. So that's why the hydro is so reliable. Okay, so we should be doing hydro, and then we got so much water. Why are we doing something else? We have the most water in the world because we are in the equator, right? Equator is just, I mean, a few degrees. We are just above the equator by a few degrees. Okay, the equator is passing a town in Indonesia, just south of Kuching. Okay, so we are practically on the equator. Okay, so equator all over the world has the most rain. Okay, it has 6 times more rain than the temperate regions, which is where the Europeans and China and Japanese all come from there. Okay, the temperate regions. So we have 6 times more rain than those countries. So why are we not doing hydro? Okay, when it works so well. If you ask any power people in the world, I'm not talking about reporters or whatever, I'm talking about the real power company people, they will tell you the hydro is the best. There's no power station like hydro. Okay, because it hardly fails. It can start up within 20 seconds. That means I call until they give me power is 20 seconds. No power station can do that. Okay, and then there's no input. It's just free energy. You know, the other power station need to burn the coal and pollute the whole environment. The diesel power station have to burn petrol, pollute the whole environment. Very expensive petrol. In Pintulu, they got to burn gas and pollute the whole environment. This one is just no pollution. It's just free. And I think I showed you last week that it makes tons of money because there's no input. So the money coming from the hydro is the best business in the world. There's no business like that in the world where you don't have input and you have so much output. Okay, so that's why the only people I can see who are promoting the solar are these ones. Okay. Okay. Interested parties. Okay. Interested parties are the one promoting the solar because a real engineer will never really support the solar in Sarawak. Okay. The registered professional engineer pressing search shall not issue any statement, criticism, or argument on technical matters that are inspired or paid for by interested parties. Who is the interested parties? The people making the solar panel. Okay. Okay. And then I can show you one more picture just to okay. So you look at this one. Look at this. You got a problem like this. This is my flight in a small plane on the way to Barrio, from Miri to Barrio. What solar are you going to get when it's dark like that? This place, all this huge area here. You see, the problem is, if assume this whole region is solar panel, okay, what will happen to dispatch? No solar coming out. Okay. Say example say it's a clear, maybe June, no cloud at all. Okay. Suddenly, one afternoon, the cloud comes. This can take out about, you look at the patches here, this can take out about maybe 60% of the solar is gone. Suddenly by noon, morning is still okay. By 3 o'clock, suddenly this cloud comes. This 60% gone. Assume this is 1 gig. 60% of 1 gig is 600 megawatt. It's very hard to start another generator to produce 600 megawatt. You ask a coal power plant, they give you the power 8 hours later. You ask a gas turbine, I give you the figures, you must put it in the report. The gas turbine, it takes 45 minutes. Combustion engine, a diesel combustion engine, it takes 1 hour. Okay. Only hydro can give you in 20 seconds. Okay. So if you back it up with hydro, but can you always back it up with hydro? That's the issue. Okay. That's the issue. You see, the intermittency is a big problem with renewable energy. Okay, in Sarawak, it totally cannot use solar because of intermittency. And then you see, intermittency is one problem. Okay, intermittency one. Second thing, fungus grows very fast in Sarawak. I see some rich people's house in Cebu and Kuching also. I see they got solar on top of the roof, but it's totally black color. What's the use? How can solar light get through the fungus? Okay, it's totally covered with fungus. You can see it's all black color on the glass. There's no solar can get through the glass. And then they put it on top of the roof. So I asked, one time a rich lady came to my class, because I teach a CIDV class. So a rich lady came to my class and I asked her, do you have solar? Yeah, I have solar. The solar powers my bathing shower. Okay. So what happens during a cloudy day? I have to take cold shower. She's a rich lady, you know. I have to take cold shower during rainy day. Like December, all very cold shower. December is already cold. You know, take cold shower. Okay, because there's no solar. Okay. So I mean, and then I asked, how often do you clean your solar panel? Once a year, Chinese New Year, the painter come and paint the house. Come on, man! After 1 year, glass will be full of fungus. Okay, so that's why there are too many issues with solar. You have to write all this in your assignment 1 lah. Okay, what's the problem with solar? Okay, why it is? For me, if interested parties like this got you to do it, okay, interested parties got you to do it. One thing is against the Board of Engineer rules. Okay, you could be punished if somehow they found out that you actually did that. You follow interested parties to do it, and then you think logically, who is losing? 20 million, like Barrio, 20 million. Is already a failure. The country's money is one. The country could have given 20 million to other people. Okay, so it's a huge loss to the country when you do this kind of projects. So you must be always be thinking clearly. Like I work with my 2 guys. Okay, it's working. We work very hard. I tell you, my 2 guys, I mean Thomas and Andy, and actually Fabian also come and help us every single time. Okay, even though he's not part of that project, but he's my FYP also. But it takes 3 people to really, 3 FYP to really do their job. Like yesterday, one critical point in our work. Without Fabian, I think it can't be done also. Okay, so one small little critical point. Okay, so so of course we do it properly until we get the proper result. Then we honestly say we got it done. Okay, that's how it should be lah. Okay, not through cheating and getting interested parties to influence you, getting fake results and stuff like that lah. Okay. Okay, so this is an important thing. So anytime you see someone promoting solar, it is this one under 1.1.9. He is guilty. He or she is guilty. There are a lot of people in Sarawak promoting the solar. I don't know. I think Sarawak should only do hydro. A registered professional engineer present cert shall notify the board in writing within 3 months if he is convicted of an offence involving false or negligent certification, fraud or dishonesty in Malaysia or elsewhere, or if he becomes bankrupt. A registered professional engineer present cert to certify work only if he has control over supervision, etc. The registered professional engineer present cert shall certify satisfactory completion of a piece of work only if he has control over the supervision and construction and installation of that work, and only if he means he, she lah, okay, is satisfied that the construction or installation has fulfilled the requirements of the engineering design and specification. Okay. Okay. A registered professional present cert who takes over a piece of work shall assume all liability and responsibility for the work done prior to his taking over. Okay, liability means anything wrong, you are at fault. Okay, so it's a big responsibility. Okay. This way you are, you know, it's kind of a bit unfair lah. The contractors are the one who make the big money, but the engineer is the one who gave all the ideas. Okay. So, I mean, somehow, if you're a professional engineer, like you need to discuss the deal properly, lah. Okay. You got to discuss the deal properly to make sure you get the proper remunerations. Okay, because the responsibility is fully on you. A registered professional pressing cert shall not reveal facts, data, information without prior consent of the client or the employer, past or present, except as authorized or required by law. Okay, or when the withholding of such information is contrary to the safety, health, and public of interest. Okay. Authorized or required by law, or when the withholding of such information is contrary to the safety, health, and interests of the public. A registered professional engineer pressing cert having knowledge of any violation of the code of conduct or any law or regulation shall report thereon to employers or appropriate professional bodies where relevant, also the public authorities, and cooperate with the appropriate professional bodies or the proper authorities in furnishing such information or assistance as may be required. So basically, if you see something wrong, you must take care of it. Yeah. This one might not be necessarily your own field. So violation of this code of conduct, you need to take action on it. Okay. For example, I read in the papers. I'm giving you an example. I think maybe I did tell you. You are living in a house, perumahan. Okay. Next door, someone is stealing electricity. Okay. In the bonus report I read, if you don't report your neighbor, you're actually guilty. If the police somehow come to your house and say, I don't know, then you're safe lah. But if you say, I know, but I don't care, it's not my business. I think I have a feeling that he is stealing electricity, but I don't care, not my business. You're actually guilty, you know. So if you see something wrong in your establishment, you need to take action. Okay. So transparency in your work site is very important. Okay. Nothing illegal, fishy going on allowed. Okay. Once you operate your company that way, that means everything is transparent. Anyone can report on you, and you can report on anybody. Things will work out better. Okay. That's the only way company can run properly. If you have something fishy going on, and then you don't dare to say because your boss say don't say, your company will fail. You lose your job anyway. Better quit, because otherwise you lose your job because your company will fail. Okay. Okay. When the professional advice of a registered professional engineer appraising cert is overruled or amended contrary to his advice, the registered professional engineer appraising cert shall, if the amendment may, in his opinion, give rise to a situation that may endanger the safety, health, and interest of the public, notify his employer or client that such other authority as may be appropriate, explain the consequence to be expected as a result of his advice being overruled or amended. Okay, so someone overrule your ideas in your design. So the professional engineer must notify the employer or client that such any authorities, that means government authorities, and explain the consequence of not following these rules. Okay. So you must write in writing. Okay, write in writing is a legal thing. I don't know, some of you might not know. You write an official letter and send it to someone. That's a legal thing to do. Okay, that means it has legal consequences. Okay, I've done my part. I already write a letter, so you're covered. You didn't write a letter, you're not covered. Okay, I think a lot of you might not know that a name card, a simple name card like, I have name cards here. Okay, yeah. Okay, a name card like this is a legal thing. You don't put false information in a name card. There are legal consequences for that. People can take action against you if you put wrongly something here. Okay, so name cards are important. It's a legally recognized document. Okay. Say in this case, what they're saying is that your letter highlighting that people are not following your specs is a legal document. I think the famous case, I think I showed you the movie, right, about the Korea, South Korea in 1980s or something. They had a few accidents, and then finally the main leader of the construction company and the owner of the big mall was sent to jail. It's all these kind of things, see, because the professional engineer did the right thing of writing the letters. Okay, it's not just engineers that are having all these legal problems. When I was in US, I talked to some doctors that got a lot of legal issues. Because you're talking about people's health, you do something wrong to their health, they'll sue you. So you got to work perfectly, so you don't make mistakes, so people cannot sue you. Okay. So registered professional research survey not to accept benefit from more than one party. Okay. So that means more than one party. That means you should be working for only one company thing. So registered professional engineer representing cert shall not accept any benefit or compensation, financial or otherwise, from more than one party for professional engineering services on the same project. or for a project engineering services pertaining to the same project, unless the circumstances are fully disclosed and agreed to by all parties interested. That means, they want to prevent, you want this way and then the contractor want another way. So they both pay you money. The consulting company pay you money, the contractor pay you money. So you get a contractor's judgment, which is the wrong one sometimes. A registered professional engineer representing cert. For example, I give you an example. Okay, yesterday, I'm working for a company. And then yesterday I talked to the boss and he is pushing solar. I totally disagree. No, I disagree. Solar cannot. But I think it might be because everyone say newspaper say good. But he also, a general person who became a boss will read newspapers, right? And newspaper generally support solar. So he is also, I said, no. As a professional, I disagree. I totally disagree that solar will work. I've seen the consequence of solar. So that's my judgment as a professional engineer. He is a manager without engineering. He's not an engineer, but he's a boss. So I just put my foot down. No, I totally disagree with solar. Okay. So registered professional engineer representing such shall disclose all potential conflicts of interest that may influence or appear to influence his judgment or quality of his service. Okay. Conflict of interest means two different parties trying to pay you money to give you the right, different judgments. You see, I work with my FIP. Just now I showed you the video. I make mistakes, and they tell me, and I follow the mistakes. I think myself, oh, they told me like that. Yeah, most of the time with my two FIP, it is correct what they told me. Okay, but we don't have funny agendas. So what they tell me, like yesterday, I was doing the piping, and then I made a mistake because my mind not clear anymore. And then they go, hey, that's not the right one. Oh, okay. And I think, oh yeah, of course, it's not right. So I follow the idea. See, so as a professional engineer, I must listen to them, and I was doing the wrong thing. They were right. Okay. So it's very important that as a professional engineer, you're not a boss. You have supposedly more knowledge because of your experience. So, but you must judge what they say. The younger engineers say, the younger technicians say, and decide on the right course. Okay. The registered professional engineer presenting such shall not solicit or accept any consideration, financial or otherwise, directly or indirectly from outside agents in connection with the work for which he is responsible. Okay. Outside agents is mostly the sellers of this, like solar panels and all this kind of stuff, they pay you money to bring in solar. I know people pay money for underground cable, because underground cable is another thing which I totally disagree. People pay you a lot of money for underground cable. You know why? Let me show you one simple reason. Okay, you can take a print screen of this. Okay. Disadvantage of underground cable. Cost 8 times higher than overhead cables. Of course, people want to pay you money to buy this underground cable because it costs 8 times more. 8 times more means, okay, 1,000 become 8,000. 100,000 become 800,000. 1 million become 8 million, 2 to 1. 100 million become 800 million. Okay. 8 times more than overhead line. Lifespan is only half. Okay. Maximum 35 years compared to 80 years for overhead line. Repair time 192 hours, more than 1 week. This is big issue. Imagine underground cable is supplying Cebu. Right now, Cebu's supply is the cable in front of UCTS. You see the big cable passing UCTS? That is the main supply for Cebu. If that one is underground, failure, the whole Cebu no power. Okay, and if failures, no power for 1 week. Remember, you keep that in mind. The line passing UCTS right in front near KLT, that one, that's the lifeline of Cebu in terms of electrical law. Okay, that is the one supplying the whole Cebu power. If that one is underground, 1 week Cebu no power, Okay, overhead, 3 hours Cebu is back up. Okay, advantage underground, beauty, can send typhoon, which is not a case for us because we don't have typhoon. Okay, so the only thing is beauty. I mean, that's why maybe one of you can do FYP making, some of you maybe like beauty or something. Make the overhead line beautiful. I don't know how, put some colorings on it or whatever. I don't know, you can design something, okay? That can be FYP, okay? That's a big issue. If beauty is the only advantage underground cable, make the overhead line beautiful, okay? In Malaysia, there's only advantage underground cable, beauty. Everything else is disadvantage. So the underground cable, I've seen big boss talking good about underground cable because he was told by Siemens made a lot of underground cable, to buy underground cable. Okay, so he was really convinced by the Siemens guy to buy underground cable. Siemens also make overhead line. They don't want to sell him overhead line because they can make 800% more money by selling that person underground cable. Okay, so that's why you see these are all interested parties. You see that is against the law in electrical. Okay, so against the law in BEM, okay, shall not solicit asset consideration, financial or otherwise, directly or indirectly from outside agents. Like I said just now, the story about Siemens. Okay, you must write all this. This will be your third assignment, lah. I need to give you assignment because your progress 1 and progress test 1, progress test 2 is cancelled, so you need to be another replace with assignments, lah. Okay, so your third assignment will be about these rules. Okay, so you can quote examples I give you, like Siemens getting a big boss to go for underground cable, even though underground cable are much worse. Okay. Shall disclose all known or potential conflict of interest that may influence or appear to influence the judgment or quality of work. Registered professional representatives shall not solicit or accept any consideration, financial or otherwise, directly or indirectly from outside agents in connection with the work for which he is responsible. Okay. Okay. Directly or indirectly from outside agents in connection with the work for which he is responsible. Okay. The registered professional will be presenting cert, acting as an advisor or director of a company or agency shall not participate in decisions with respect to professional engineering services solicited or provided by him or his organization. Shall not participate in decision with respect to professional engineering services shall not participate in decisions with respect to professional engineering services solicited or provided by him or his organization. I don't know, very clear. Go next one. Resident profit manager with pricing cert shall not solicit or accept a contract from a body or agency in which a principal or officer of an organization serves as a member of that body or agency unless with the knowledge of the consent of the body or agency. Okay. Okay. So you get the meaning of this. This is called insider trading. Okay, something like insider trading. You know what I mean, insider trading? When you do in the stock market, you buy and sell a stock, but you know something about that stock because you work in the company. That's called insider trading. So this one is you accept a job, okay, or contract, but the officer in that company is also working in your company. Okay, there's a like conflict of interest lah. Okay, so it should be separate lah. Okay, I think that's time already. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Okay, so I'll give you a third assignment shortly. So third assignment will be about this loss, and then you can quote some of the examples I give you. So that's why I'm going to send you the YouTube video. Okay, see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.